Okay, what we have here is a Broadway Limited Incorporated F unit. It's a B unit, and it sounds like a coffee grinder. So I took the little plate off the bottom here. I'm checking out the gears, and sometimes they turn and sometimes they don't. They hang up. Now, whether or not this is the problem or not has yet to be discovered. But I checked in the gearbox here to see if there was any split gears, and no, I didn't find any. Well, the BLI units are very easy to dismantle. You can just simply spread the bottom of the body, and the top of the body will come off. Of course, do everything gently, because it can be a pain in the butt sometimes if you pull too much. So here I am. I'm taking off the couplers because they will get in the way because of the grab iron for the let's see, for the coupler, which happens to go right across the bottom of the coupler, which I was just pointing to. So after you've gotten both of the couplers off, then you'll be able to take the body off. There's no screws holding the body on, so that makes it really, really easy. The two latches are just around the gas tank, the fuel tank, and we'll pry that apart and get this cover off here in a minute. So I'm just putting my fingernails underneath it, spreading it, and it unlatched. It's just that you do have to pull straight up. If you get it cocked in any way, it doesn't want to move. So there you go. It's ready to come off. And to keep the direction proper on this particular locomotive, I'm going to put a little piece of tape on the body and a piece of tape on the frame so I know which ends went together. So that's what I'm doing here. So you can see on the top, you have the speakers on both ends, the PCB in the middle, the chip middle left, the capacitors on the right, PCB board in the middle. It does come apart really easy. There's 4 screws that hold the PCB in. There's 4 screws that hold, well, there's 2 screws on each end that holds the covers on for the speakers. And we'll get to that shortly. So I'm going to be taking the side frames off the trucks and removing the wheel sets to check out whether or not there is an issue in there. This particular locomotive, I'll tell you put it on the track, it'll go for about 6 inches, then it'll start making all kinds of noise, then it stops. So there's obviously something seriously amiss with it. So the electrical pickups are on the sides of the side frames for the trucks, and you have to spread them apart. You can see the copper piece there, and the same on the other side. It also has the axle holes for the wheel sets. They're just a press fit, so you have to do a little leveraging to get them off. finally, with all this poking and prodding and twisting, and it does finally come off. Just was very stubborn. So now I'm going to remove the wheel sets. And check out the gears. Now, if you poke it just the right way, you have a lot of slop, and if you push it the other way, you have no slop. So it's kind of weird. But there was no foreign objects within the truck gearbox. And there were no splits in the gears. The gears were not worn. I'm not really crazy about the way they use plastic for the gear shafts. But as long as it's kept lubricated, you shouldn't have any problem. So now I'm going to be taking off the fuel tank. This way I can at least take a visual on the motor, the bottom of the motor. Fairly easy to do, 4 screws, comes right off. And you can see just above the bottom of the locomotive the motor and one of the flywheel ends. There you can see it much better. And I gave it a push a couple of times, and it seemed to be okay while it was upside down. So the next thing I did when I wasn't filming, of course, was I took the speakers out. I took the PCB out. I took the frame that the PCB mounts to out, and managed to find inside the at the top of the motor a screw. How it got in there, heaven only knows. But here I'm rotating the motor, and it's rotating just fine. So here again, I've already found the problem, and I've already put the bottom back on and the 4 screws that hold it. I've put the side frames back on and the wheels back on. And so all that is back together, and it looks good. Next, I have, I'm going to hold, I'm taking the tape off so I can mount the body back on. So when you're putting the body back on, you have to make sure it's pretty straight when you're going down. You know, if it's at an angle, it catches, and then it doesn't want to go down. But this one went on fairly easy. And I'm going to mount the coupler boxes back on. And of course, it can be a pain in the butt sometimes, but generally speaking, they went back on fairly easy. This one on the right side decided to come apart. Katie number 5 coupler pocket. It's 3 pieces plus the coupler. So it was being stubborn, but we got it. So now we'll get the second one back on. And this F unit will be good to go. Well, this unit will be good to go as soon as I'm finished putting this coupler on. And I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.